You think people are really gonna watch this?
They ain't got nothing else to do.
Right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she want us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready?
Nigga.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio. You seen me probably before the song started. My bad. And I am here with
Your girl So Fab. Hey, y'all.
how's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody had a great Wednesday. Feel good, feel great.
Hey, it's hump day.
Hopefully we don't have any problems with the screen going black again, because that was crazy yesterday. A lot happened pre-production today,
Yeah.
but it's okay. We're here.
And y'all say hi to our off-screen cousin Richard. Just give him a good hi.
Yeah, hey, what's happening?
Ask him how he's doing today.
Yeah, what's up? So we don't have the thing for this.
That's mine.
Right for this.
Oh, what do you want for it? Is it turned on? Click it.
There it is. Okay.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
that problem's fixed.
All right.
Hey, knocking
So
it
how
out.
was your day?
All right, you asked. So, when I tell you, it was another day where dealing with people's kids, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
And today it was tough because,
Did you hear? What do you mean?
nah, none of that. Coach, what do you mean, Coach? Like, I get so tired of them girls with that. What do you mean?
Have you seen any of your kids from last year? Have they come to say hi to you?
They come, but they don't come in because they know what's up.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. So clearly I did a good job with the
Right.
freshman class that are now sophomores. They don't come in. They're like, we ain't trying to come in here. We just knock on the window and say what's up.
Right.
Literally, they just knock on the window and say what's up and keep it pushing.
Because where's my flamboyant friend? Has he seen you?
Yeah. And every time I see it, Coach, I ain't messing with you. No, don't mess with me.
Because you were failing.
Yeah, but he's maturing. Everybody
Good,
has seen to
good.
mature, so we've done a good job. It's
Good.
these ninth graders that just they just don't get it. And every day is more and more ninth graders that just don't get it. Because at some point in time, parents have allowed children to think life is fair.
Mm-hmm.
At no given point were we ever raised to think life is fair.
Nah.
Like,
We were told it wasn't.
you knew going into school that this is a competition of grades, this is a competition of wills, this is a competition. Everything is a competition because you are already 2 steps behind.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, these kids, well, it's not fair, and I don't feel and fair and feel. I'm like, did our mom beat the feelings out of us? Like, because I don't remember having this many feels when we were younger. You know what I'm saying? You went to school and you called it a day.
Pretty much.
And I think the more that so what did we see today? What's the rant today? It's another kid that doesn't know how to use an actual textbook.
Yikes.
Okay, so I gave the kid the textbook. Kid has no idea how to use the textbook to find the information. And the kids get the opportunity to focus on much because they don't specifically have the books anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no going to the locker to organize, to make sure I got this book with that notebook and this. So I got a lot of free time to play around in between class because it's not about, okay, now I got to ask my homeboy, can I use his locker? Because I'm not going to carry this. heavy ass world history book all the way down here. Like there was a strategy to just getting to class with your proper material.
Speaking of, are there like subject notebooks anymore? Do you see kids carry notebooks?
I mean, they carry notebooks because some of them do take notes.
Okay.
But for the most part, once again, as long as you got a tablet, you good. So if your parents invest in a solid tablet with a keyboard, you don't need nothing else.
Yikes.
You don't even need a book bag.
Crazy.
Matter of fact, their book bags are just glorified purses. That's straight up. Like that's not even a joke. That they don't have books in them. I've been doing this education thing for almost 6-7 years prior to COVID. And I haven't seen one locker open. Like I haven't seen one person use locker. And I think at one school you actually had to buy the locker. So of course nobody's gonna. Y'all had to buy lockers.
Well, we didn't have to, but I do remember that being a thing.
I was gonna say we had to buy our lock, but we didn't have to buy our locker.
No, we were assigned lockers, and then we went to the new school. Then your locker was on your said floor, but some of the kids would cheat because they had classes on multiple floors, so they would have a locker on each floor.
So I'm saying, like for me, we had our school was 4 stories tall. So I'm not carrying world history book to 3rd and my locker's on 1st. I'm just going to borrow my boy's locker for that. Like there was, but I know within that I only got 5 minutes to do it. So then there's no playing around. But when you don't have to carry books and all that other, man, there's a lot of play around time. And I think that's where like these kids, they don't go to class with accomplishing the goal of what the curriculum is going to be taught. That's not even in their forte. They go to class to figure out how they're going to play around. And the problem that we have, and this is something that we need to pay attention to who's on our boards for education.
And do we?
Because the problem is getting younger and younger. So when I first started this out, freshmen were very overwhelmed. They were just happy to be in the building. Can you help me get to class? Real goofy like. Nah, freshmen now act like seniors, like they've been there before, but they're using all the wrong things that seniors do. You know what I'm saying? They're assuming things that you're a freshman, you haven't even earned your stripes. Get out of my face.
To act like this, right?
So, you know, and then that's where the fair part comes in, and they compare themselves to seniors and all that. And then the hierarchy of school doesn't exist anymore. I hung out with the older kids in school because of sports. But if it wasn't for sports, I'm not hanging out with seniors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or juniors. They all hang out together. Like this whole LeBron bromance thing is out of pocket. So like you as a senior telling a freshman to kick rocks, it doesn't exist. And what social circle was freshmen entered in unless you had a brother, a sister, or you had sports? If it wasn't that, move.
Right.
You might get pushed into a locker. You know what I'm saying? But not these kids. These kids, it's not fair. And how come she? And how can he? And what do you mean? I spend so much time dealing with kids' feelings that's why when I go home, I'm just numb. Because you know it resets tomorrow. Like right now, I could tell you how many kids tomorrow are already on my slate for things that they've done today that have to get addressed tomorrow. It's every single day. And I'm not saying it should be perfect. I'm just saying at some point, you should catch on. But they don't catch on because they feel like they're validated in what they're doing because things should be fair. And I'm going to say it, and I would say it in a meeting with my administration. I don't know where these black kids are getting this from.
Right?
Whose parent is lying? Because what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what? And I'm not saying we need to get it out the mud and all that slavery talk. I'm not saying that. We have transcended from that. Where it's like, oh, Lord.
Push hairline talk.
Huh?
Push hairline talk.
Yeah, push back hairline conversation. You know what I'm saying? Pastor conversation. We have transcended. Like I say all the time, there's no better time to be black. I don't think we would look back in history and say there's any time that we want to be that in American history. So I'm not saying that it's terrible, but it's still not equal. If we don't believe it, look at our presidential race.
Oh, well, that's
It's
all.
not equal. You get what I'm saying? As long as ignorance can still win, we know that we're still playing from a deficit. And when you look in your school district or you look into your school and you are the minority, even of what at a time was the minority, meaning now the Hispanic students have now surpassed us as far as enrollment. Hey man, what game do you think you're playing here? Like, you are the minority for real. So get it together. No, you want to talk about love and hip hop. You want to talk about Glorilla. You want to do TikToks in the hallway. You want to do everything that's not getting you out of school.
Well, because unfortunately now there's a mindset of all I need is that one video to go viral. Then that takes care of everything. Who needs school?
And that's where adults come in, because we make somebody famous that says I'm Demore.
You just will not let.
I will not.
Rest.
I will not let him rest. Right, him. I will not let him rest.
I said them.
I said him. I'm not going to let him rest, because what we have now done is taken the opportunity to validate mental instability.
Speaking of, we should probably get into our what the fuck segment, because I don't know what the hell is going on there.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, yeah, we should, because that's where we're at with just, we're at a space where mental illness has now just become the norm. And I'm not saying anything about people who choose to sleep with whomever they choose to sleep with behind closed doors. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is mental illness when you cannot be a functional citizen in the United States of America. That's what I consider mental illness. Who you sleep with behind closed doors is not a mental illness to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those people who are naive enough to say that, you love who you want to love when the doors are shut and all that stuff. That's your personal business. But what bleeds into what we see is some of this stuff on TV and social media are not social norms to be a productive citizen in this environment. And we co-sign these levels of ignorance and behavior malfunctions and make it seem normal when we're like, hey, I don't think that's right.
I'm about to start doing that, because don't you get a check?
If you act crazy enough, you do get a check.
Well, look.
If you act crazy
I'm
enough.
about to say, I'm about to just start doing some random shit. Start yelling. That's not right. I'm sorry. That is not right. Did you see that meme when it says that the cost of living goes up anymore? And somebody at the Social Security office and somebody's like, yeah. Y'all ain't shit on the internet, by the way.
All you gotta do is know how to pass the test.
There's a test?
You gotta get evaluated.
What?
If you get evaluated and you know what you're doing, ching, but now you got to keep it up though.
Right. That's tiring.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna get tired of that. Like, never mind, take your money back.
You fraud, and we want our money back.
So we do have a what the fuck today.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to find that. There it is.
There we go.
So let's talk about it. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Today.
So I came across this video on social media.
This is wild.
Yeah, where a young lady is talking about her status. And when I say status, I'm meaning HIV. And she decided to let everyone know that she doesn't feel it's her responsibility to disclose her status and the reasons why. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
All right, let's listen to this bullshit.
I'm HIV positive, right? And this is just a PSA to those that are not HIV positive. Disclosure is my choice. When I disclose and how I disclose and who I disclose to is up to me. I find it so crazy how people are telling me that I need to disclose before I go on a date, that I need to disclose before I kiss somebody. This is the craziest one. Before I even tell them my name. It's not happening. I don't think that it's my responsibility to tell someone that I'm HIV positive if they are treating me as if I'm not. Your health is your responsibility. Adopt the mindset of medical practitioners. Assume that everyone has something until they prove to you that they do not. Why are you kissing a stranger or trying to kiss a stranger that you just met? Why are you trying to have intercourse with someone raw that you just met? You don't know me from a hole in a wall. Why are you trying to put your thing inside of me without any kind of protection? Why do I have to be the one to say, hey, chill out, I'm HIV positive, instead of you asking, taking the time to know me, get to know me, let's go get tested together if you want to take the next step? Why do I have to be the one protecting you from yourself? No, baby, that is not my responsibility. And I just wanted to make that clear. Okay, love you, bye.
So that's a thing.
So now here's what I'm going to say. There are HIPAA rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is very valid. So you don't have to wear a sign saying I am HIV positive or I have AIDS. Like, you know what I mean? There are HIPAA rules and violations. Where she turns left with me is saying it's not my responsibility to inform you. Absolutely it is. If we're talking about intimacy.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like it absolutely is. Because how else would I know? Oh, well, you didn't ask the question, or what?
You didn't ask for my test results.
You didn't ask for my test results. Well, okay. Well, I mean, thank you for making sure that everybody now does this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that you have to wear it like a scarlet letter, because I don't think that that's fair. That's the reason why HIPAA laws and things like that do exist. There should be some discretion behind, you know, if there are things like that that you have. But once we sit down and we're talking about relationships and things like that, I would expect you to bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if somebody is talking about like kissing or something like that, you should definitely before let me warn. I'm not saying that you should be like, hey, I'm Ken, I'm HIV positive. Like, I'm not saying you do that. But I am saying amongst conversation, it is your responsibility, because you are the one that is HIV positive, to you know, share that information and allow the person to have a choice, because you're robbing the person of a choice if you choose not to tell them.
And that's where I was going to go. You're robbing me of whether or not I want to deal with you, you know, because there are people who are having healthy relationships with someone who is HIV positive.
Right.
But the thing is to sit here and say, oh, it's not my responsibility. Yes, it is, because how would you have the same mindset? And it was like, well, because you didn't ask, then you got to go get tested because you may have it. What?
And that's where I feel like maybe, you know, the old adage of hurt people, and maybe it wasn't disclosed to her, and that's how she, you know, and that's so the band played on, so she's just gonna keep it rolling. Because if you have any compassion in your heart towards just a person in general, you would disclose that information, because you know it is going to significantly alter your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that you're gonna walk around sick with your eyeball falling out, but you do have to do things a little bit more cautiously than the average bear. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all probably should be just as cautious, but you know, when you know for sure, come on, man, give me a break.
Yeah,
that's not right. You know what I mean?
And when you have people out here such as her, and there are plenty of other people, because we had a messy letter on this a while back, where, you know, a guy didn't want to disclose his status and was mad because his significant other went into his bag, and, you know, he's like, oh my God, and found the pills, and he's like, well, he shouldn't have went. No, you should have disclosed your status, especially if you were going to be intimate.
Right.
When you have people out here with that sort of mindset, this is why it's so important to make sure that you say, let's go get tested together, or let me see your results, because if you're going to play these sorts of games, or that, oh, you don't trust me. No, I don't. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no. That's what we were talking about yesterday. See, the way you feel about kids, the way I feel about relationships and people. Like,
we have comments.
Oh, we have comments. I'm about to say, because the way, let my relationship now not work. You're gonna be like, man, are you okay? I'm fine. What's wrong with you? You haven't engaged with a human being. Why? I don't like human beings. It's dark in the house. Get out. No. People are mean.
And they're gross.
And disgusting. All right.
We have comments.
This is how disgusting. You know, for men, and we have another brother for once in the room, which helps me.
Yes.
For men, at times, when you go into a bathroom, there are certain things that you expect. You may see a little drop or two in front of the urinal. Somebody's rushing. You know what I mean?
Gross.
I hate the fact that you say it, but you will. Let's say you're in a stall, somebody uses the urinal, you will hear that door shut and no water being ran on hands. Like, it's things that you hear. You know what I'm saying? What you don't expect. What I saw today.
You better not put her business out there.
I heard it's a bathroom.
Oh, okay. At school, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Make it clear.
What would you
I
think?
thought you were talking about home.
Oh no! I would never do that about home. No, and Chiquita's very clean. She get on me now. If anything, she be the one. Now this nigga, and if I see one more droplet of piss on the toilet seat, I swear, oh God, that's her. But you ain't supposed to see booty residue on the seat, and I don't mean doo-doo. I mean, like, clearly your ass is dirty. I was like, because I go to the bathroom because two brothers was on using a urinal, and then out of man respect, if there's 3 urinals, that middle urinal you leave empty.
Is that really a rule?
Am I lying? You don't squeeze. You don't squeeze in the urinals unless you have to. Like if we're at a stadium or a concert, and you know I got to get back in a certain amount of time,
right?
Then it's like, well, and then once again, eyes straight ahead, handle your business. You know, ain't no, hey, how you doing? Nah. But if there
in the girls' bathroom, it's different. Hey, girl, how you doing?
No. But then if there's just regular commodes, toilets, then you just go into a stall real quick and pee and then come out versus squeezing in, because there's splash things that happen when people be peeing and they see, I know you didn't piss on my shoe. Yeah. So you give each other space, but you're not supposed to see ass dirt on the bathroom seat. I said, now hold. Literally that came out. Now hold on. I said it and shook my head like, nah, damn. Somebody was like, what's going on? Nah. I'm just gonna come up out of here. Ass dirt. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, ass dirt and not wash hands go hand in hand. Because why is your ass so dirty? I'm not talking about like doo-doo streaks or anything. Like I'm talking about your thigh, where your thigh sits down on the toilet on the commode, and that also means you're bare ass in toilets.
Ah, that's right. Ew. Oh my God.
You're bare ass in toilets.
And they be the person to bring something to a potluck. I made this.
Or come out and dap you up. What's up? You're like, just
we have
run the tapes, because I need to know who came out that bathroom and put ass dirt on the seat. Why is your ass that dirty at noon? It was like you get an all-day situation as a man, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have some sweat. It happens. Noon? We started the day at 7.
But you said some of these people don't wash.
I mean, I don't know specifically if they don't wash. I just know people in general are not the most hygienic. But at noon, no, like noon, that was crazy. And it made me mad because it had a smell. You know what I'm saying?
This gets worse.
Because it was musty. You go in the bathroom and it ain't the fresh, the freshness that you have from air fresheners or cleaning products and all that stuff. No, it was a thickness. You be like, damn, somebody.
See, now I would have held it.
Somebody went to. No, I had to. You pee, you got to pee, but nobody's expecting ass residue on the seat.
It must.
Gross. So that means you just out here funky. Whoever the hell it was, you wrong as hell. Comments.
Yeah.
Wow, we got a lot.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah. Well, I told you, nigga.
Okay, hold on.
This is going back. The issue is they took older Black generation issues and not taking our mental health serious.
Right.
Which that should change. But kids cry wolf. My feelings hurt. Life ain't fair and all that. Now, good whooping is still needed.
I am not going to say we shouldn't spare the rod. Like, definitely something.
I have so many questions. That's scary. What is she on?
We don't know.
We don't know, baby. If I was dating, I need to see a baby picture, paperwork, and according to Coach, how you tie your shoes before things take off.
Straight up. Yeah. Right. Public. It's pretty gross, man. Gross. Yeah, when he said eyes down, like eyes down. You do not, if you are a dude and you come in jolly about it, you be like, yo, bruh. What the hell? There is a etiquette to how we go to the bathroom.
It is so different in the woman's bathroom. Like, hey, girl,
you do not communicate with another man till you get to the sink to wash your hands. You be like, hey, man, you have a good day now. All right, bro. All right. But you don't come in, hey, man, it's a rough day today, ain't it? You like, the hell? Everybody might just stop like, oh, hey, man, what the hell? And don't be over there jiggling too long. Get you about 2-3 in and let's roll. Man, nobody got time for you to be over there.
Anyway, so moral of the story, wash your ass and get tested.
And get tested and make sure that you make sure that you are asking questions because clearly in this situation.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's making other people suffer because she doesn't want to take accountability. And like you said, she might still be hurt.
She's still hurt
about what happened to her. So it's like, well, I'm going to make it everybody else's fault. You need to ask me what my status is. No, girl, because in certain states, and I think North Carolina is one of them, you have to tell people, don't you?
Yeah, you do. I mean, you do. And then the question is, did that happen for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you contracted it. How did you contract?
Right.
And if you contracted it from somebody, are you saying this because you didn't do your due diligence to ask? You see what I'm saying? So now you're adopting the mindset of, well, I didn't ask, and this is what happened to me, so you should ask.
But there's a way that we could have spent that, baby girl, because the messaging wasn't completely wrong, but it started off a little scary.
I mean, it's just, yeah, she's hurt, and I feel sorry for her in that situation, and hopefully, maybe her mind will change in time, and maybe she'll change her message, or if she goes viral, then she's gonna keep it up because that money got to come.
Exactly. Well, that's pretty much that. Wait, hold on. Pops always said more than 2 shakes mean you playing with
it. Yeah, you don't go in there. Any man, you stand next to a man, he's like blip, 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 blip. But hey, bro, you good? You all right? Ain't no, get you a quick blip, blip, shake. Let's roll. We got somewhere to be. The hell you doing? See what I'm saying? But see, at least all the men are in unison. Like there are rules and etiquette. When you step in that bathroom, you gotta peruse the scene. Damn, 3 stalls, 2. All right, well, let me go to the. All right, I'm going here. Oh man, you got ash juice on the seat. Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and pee and not touch nothing. You pee and then you get up out of there. Wash your hands and get up out of there.
Unfortunately, some of these rules do not apply in the women's bathroom. I wish they did, especially as far as spacing, because sometimes it's just like, oh, the next one is available. I'll go in here. Girl, no, go to the next one.
Nah, ain't none of that. If it is, it's a problem. I promise you it's a problem. If somebody come right next to you, it's gonna be like, say you about to pee, and somebody come right next. You gonna get one of those, especially if there's other places you can go.
Yeah, like
come on, bro. Like it's just rules about that. And if there is one left, unless we are in a hurry, concerts, like I said, you got games. I'm trying to get back to my seat, concession stand. I got to get to the concession stand. If I got to get somewhere, you got to do what you got to do. But once again, straight ahead, eyes down, pee, flush, sink. I'm out. Not, hey guys, hot one out here today, ain't it?
Listen, it was a whole entire conversation at Beyonce's concert. Girl, you see that? Yeah, graduates. Fixing your hair.
Oh no. Like that. Man, I had to pee at the Tony concert because I knew there was a line. I held it until after, just because I'm like, I don't even feel like all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish somebody would be like, they jamming tonight, ain't they?
That's crazy. There's full-on conversations in the women's bathroom.
No.
Girl, where you get that outfit from? Girl, I got it off Shein. I know that's right. Got the link and do. That's sometimes
you're lucky if a dude wash his hands and get paper towel. He might just hit one of these and just roll out the door. Like, ain't nobody trying to converse inside of there. Y'all wild for that. What?
Let's quickly get into our entertainment news before we have to switch gears, because yes, our healing consultant is in the building today with special guest Dr. Janze from Embodi Hydration. So yeah, we're going to get into that at the top of the hour. So yeah, switch gears. Entertainment news.
I was looking for the graphic.
Everything went crazy.
Entertainment news was so kept in.
All right, so question for you guys: Are we ready? Do you feel we're ready, or do you even want another installment of Friday?
Nah.
No.
John Witherspoon is dead.
Yeah.
You can't have Friday without Pops.
Well, Ice Cube sat down with, the guys $1 million worth of game, and that question actually came up, and he was discussing it, and he was saying, like, it's coming back. We're gonna do it. He said we're gonna make it dope. We're gonna make it funny. We're gonna bring it up to date, and we're going to introduce new characters, bring back some old characters, create the feeling the movie gives you. Now, he also said people love Friday because everyone experienced it. People love Friday because everyone's lived Friday. Everyone has lived 1,000 Fridays. But to your point, like you said, since we don't have Pops, and not quite sure if we're going to bring back Money Mike, or any. Debo no longer is alive. It's a lot. So how are we going to introduce, Mike Epps, and is Chris Tucker going to do it, and what's going to be the premise here? It's a lot to think about.
Yeah, and these new people can't really. There's not, for us who are waiting for it or have waited for it for so long. It's kind of like seeing Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather fight when they fought, when it was like, damn, y'all are old now, so it don't make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Y'all waited so long, now it don't have the same pop.
Right.
It ain't gonna have the same pop. I mean, are there some characters that we love, that are still alive, like Uncle Elroy's still alive, so you can bring him back. Kim Whitley's still here, Lady of Rage, of course, Mike Epps.
Who played Pinky? Clifton,
yeah, because he ain't doing nothing.
Shut up.
When I watched an interview with him, I didn't know how bad he had it in Hollywood, how type casted he got early. Yeah, he talks about how he got played over for parts because of how his earlier roles of being like a thug and all that. It just stuck with him.
Oh,
yeah,
terrible.
Because Minister Society, he was the dude who sent the tape in,
right?
And he got beat up.
Yeah,
and it was like one of them things where after he did Minister Society, he was pretty much typecasted.
And he was in Dreamgirls.
What was he part on? What was he on Dreamgirls?
He was. He worked with Jamie Foxx.
He worked with Jamie Foxx. Nah, that was Ray.
Huh?
That was Ray.
Who's Ray?
The movie Ray. That was Ray.
No, I thought Clifton was in Dreamgirls.
Nah, that was Ray, that he worked with Jamie Foxx because he was raised. He was raised like helper.
Did he do both?
He wasn't Dreamgirls. He was Ray. Jamie Foxx. He wasn't in there because he's angry all the time, and he was angry in that movie with Ray because he was like, "You left me out. You a rotten son of a bitch."
And then Pinky.
We'll do the calm one. Hey, baby, you hitting these curves kind of hard. You almost made me spill this yak on this $200 suit. Get it together.
If he brings Pinky back, I'm in it.
Well, yeah, you got to bring Pinky back. Like, so you would have to bring Pinky back. You got to bring Money Mike back. Like all those guys now, you have to bring them back. But what are you gonna say? Like, what is going to be? Because Cube, you're too old to be running around
Mm-hmm.
now. Mike Epps, you're too old. And if y'all try to bring back kids, like please, because if you do like DC Young Fly, I'm not watching it because he's not funny enough. And he, you know, he already sounds like Chris Tucker, so you don't need that again.
And you know what? He is going through a lot after his significant other passed. So I'm skeptical to even believe that he's ready to get back in the spotlight. Like
I mean, he's still doing Wild 'N Out,
Mm-hmm.
but okay. But I mean, it's one of them things where it'll go through, but it ain't. It's gonna be a Coming to America too.
I was going to say straight to DVD, straight to streaming, Amazon.
Because Coming to America 2 wasn't terrible. The second watch, it's just once again the anticipation of like.
You watched it the second time?
I enjoyed it the second time as an independent film. Like for example, if they didn't call it Coming to America, it was a good movie. But Coming to America, the tag already has such high expectations,
Right.
and it didn't meet any of them.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much that. So let us know, y'all. Are y'all ready for another installment of Friday? Do you feel like it will be a flop? What do you think is going to happen here? Cousin, what you think? Yay, nay? Nay.
Nah.
Okay. All right. So we got two thumbs down. All right.
Top Gun, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same. It's not. I would be interested to see what he's going to do with it, but not enough to where I'm going to be like, yes, I'm anticipating this, because you've gotten everybody excited so many times over the course of the last few years that now it's just like, nigga, never mind.
Cube need money to keep that basketball thing he got going running.
It's not going well.
Mm-mm. Financially, it ain't. And Friday ain't gonna do it.
And then also when he was sitting there talking about he somewhat supported Trump, that also didn't help either. So
yeah,
you know,
that was crazy work. But you know, I expect that from little guys.
Is he?
Cube is short as I don't know what, man. Camera angles be helping him out. Cube is a little
6'1".
Watch right along. And I had to get Chiquita. She was like, no, he's not. I said, okay.
Wait a minute.
We know Kevin Hart is short.
Yes. Very
Okay,
much.
so look at him and Kevin Hart in the movie Ride Along. He's not much taller than Kevin Hart.
What is his height? Let's see. What did they say?
You know it's gonna lie.
I was gonna say they'll probably put 2 inches.
You just look at the movie though. If you look at Ride Along and watch Ride Along, you're like, yo.
He's 5'8". Oh my goodness.
So-
He's dinky.
So probably give him 5'7".
Oh, he's dinky.
Because they're gonna lie. Yeah, they're gonna give you an inch or two.
Oh,
Yeah.
him as a little guy. Okay.
Yeah. What I remember, like, yeah.
And he said that inch make a difference.
Omar Epps. I mean, not Omar Epps, but Morris Chestnut.
Yes.
Like the story. We're at the club and they announced Morris Chestnut. Pittsburgh is a very ignorant place. They don't like anybody.
Mm-mm.
So Morris Chestnut was supposed to be coming into the club, and you know the ladies are starting to swoon, and they're like, "Yeah, you know, from the best man, da 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 da, Morris Chestnut, da da da." He came walking up the stairs, and somebody yelled, "Where's the rest of them?"
Y'all ain't shit.
Because he was little as hell.
That's my hometown.
He was about 5'7", 5'8" himself. I said, wow, yeah, he was tiny. I'm like, yo.
But now that when you told me that, I did have to pay attention to his camera angles on certain shows, especially like when they did The Best Man.
He never stood next to Terrence Howard. Only
Tay Diggs.
Tay Diggs, because Tay Diggs is even shorter than him. Yeah. But he never stood. So whenever they shot the angle with him working with Terrence Howard, it was always from over the shoulder to make it look like they were looking eye to eye. But never did you see them together in the same scene. Because remember, he's supposed to be the big football player.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a disappointment.
But Cube is a little dude. So little guys vote for Trump.
Shut up. Just like niggas with no airlines.
Hey, I'm not voting for Trump.
No.
Didn't we address this yesterday?
Because she was saying about certain airlines, those be the niggas that drunk.
Oh yeah, because they're insecure about themselves. So then they vote for other people who shit on people for no apparent reason, like Trump.
Speaking of shitting on people, let's talk about the whole Drake and Kendrick thing that, you know, yes, only because 50 Cent, of course, he has to, you know, give his 2 cents in it. And, you know, they were asking about him and the link up with Drake and what happened between the two of them. And 50 went on to say, I was telling him it's not him. I'm listening on the outskirts. It's not you. Don't let yourself think for a second on some real shit. He said that you lost. Well, what did you lose? What exactly did he lose? If he got like 300 something million on his last tour, you didn't lose anything. If that's the moment you keep your creative energy in the right place and keep creating. If you slow down because you feel what the fuck, the resistance will make you feel like your material isn't good. Then you got to figure out how to keep pushing, how to keep creating, because that's what it feels like to you in the moment. He said that shit was good for hip hop. It made both of them create quality material faster. Sound advice?
He's talking to Drake.
Yes.
Yeah. Drake you can't stop now, because I put it like this, it has been a while since we've heard from Drake as far as his music, and usually he's putting out stuff consistently, even if it's an EP,
for the summer.
and he didn't, because he knew what would happen. But here's the thing, you crossed the line with the wrong person. Kendrick's not for it. And when people say this is hip hop, I challenge you to go back and listen to Kendrick. He's been calling this dude out for a long time. And when I'm back listening now, I'm like, oh man, because King Kunta started, I got a bone to pick.
Yeah.
You like
monkey.
sitting in my throne again. Yeah, like so it's like, with that, Drake, you got to take this L, because you can't just now, he has to be a little bit more strategic. He's not 50 Cent. 50 Cent spoke from a 50 Cent perspective. Nobody wants smoke with 50, including Jay-Z, because 50 talks about everybody and no one says anything.
But wasn't there a whole thing between him and Kanye that kind of made 50 like sit down and realize like maybe I should shut the hell up? Yeah,
it was, because that was during the G-Unit days, and the G-Unit guys weren't on point. And that kind of hurt him. Now you don't see Lloyd Banks in them no more. No more. Them dude, the only one you see is Yayo, and that's because Yayo is to 50 what Memphis Bleak is to Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Like, this is my guy. Mm-hmm. But other ones, you don't see them. And
Lloyd Banks was my nigga though.
Somebody like him.
I liked Lloyd Banks.
Yeah, like
we on fire.
50
up in here. That was my shit. Whatever.
I mean, it had its time, but then it died. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think 50 is right. I think Drake needs to find a way to get creative again and put people back into the mode of when we met you. You were never a gangster. You were never a thug, and you should have never been that at all. Hey, you should have never been that at all. You should have just kept people smiling, laughing, and dancing. Mm-hmm. The moment you crossed over into thinking that you can make some type of political statement with your music and I can battle rap with guys and all that stuff. Hey, man, there's people who did not make TV shows, and they're rapping for their dinner. You had money coming into the rap game.
Yeah.
So, and you didn't have like street hood hustler money. You had Degrassi money. You were just a curly afro guy that we didn't know what you were. Was he black? Is he white? What is he? You know what I'm saying? And so
I was, you know what? If this whole thing was going, I was waiting for Kendrick to do something over the Degrassi beat, because that right there would have been hilarious.
I think Kendrick put him in a position where it's an identity thing, because you've gone so far now with trying to be tough that now do you resort back to happy guy music? You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like Kendrick has his thumb on him. And, you know, when Drake made that statement about having fake rapper friends, that didn't help him either. And I don't think it was fake rapper friends. I think it's no different than if it was a physical battle. You talk shit, you got to back it up. What do they look like trying to lyrically jump somebody because of you? And everybody knows that the West Coast is a different breed of people and a different breed of rappers. You see what I'm saying? Like, there are gangs on the East Coast, but not like the West Coast. These cats is still hardcore gang banging. Like, still. You know what I'm saying? And so leave the West Coast alone. Nobody's going to pick up the torch and be like, I'm riding with you, Drake, against Kendrick, when Kendrick literally has the whole West Coast on lock.
And then some.
That would be a terrible business move for you as a rapper. So Drake, you let's see how you in Toronto do.
Yeah. So sit down, baby.
Yeah, have a seat.
Needless to say, that's what 50 Cent was kind of saying. Just sit down and redirect your energy.
You got plenty money. Start something else. That's what 50 did. 50's music is not hitting the same way. You know why? Because we're not gangsters like that anymore. Your crowd grew up. So now well, in theory, we grew up, right? 50, we taking care of kids, paying taxes. Nobody want to hear about these drugs and shooting, my guy. I ain't got time to go to jail. So what did 50 do? I'll give you visuals of the stuff I was talking about. And then I'll keep building that way. Because if he dropped the album right now, most people are going to be like, because nobody wants to hear that. You made money now. So
you're a different person.
Right. So Drake, you got to figure out what that now is for you and then come out with that. But it's going to be very hard because we got you in blackface looking crazy and Kendrick's not going to let up.
And the underage girls,
so
we're not going to talk about allegations because these are all things.
Oh, he did it on stage. Oh my God, you're 17. Whoa, buddy.
Millie Brown.
Whoa. So, and everybody quiet right now. And that's why I'm saying like, this is not a time for him because people in his crew have been quote unquote charged with, molestation and whatnot. So with that being said, he just needs to kind of
and stop making kissy faces on social media because that looks crazy as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you do? Because you can't be champagne poppy after you was just talking crazy.
Executive produce. Find some people that you can back their products and their their movies, their films, TV shows, and just be an executive producer.
Then you're gonna get clowned because that's what Dame Dash is trying to do. And everybody hates Dame Dash right now. And he's doing such a great job. So I downloaded the app, right? His app is dope. His app is just like Tubi.
At least he has one.
Word. Because we don't. And we paid for it. Don't get me started on that. But his app is just like Tubi, where he's taking a whole bunch of independent artists, independent filmmakers, etc., and just giving them a platform to put their stuff. That's and dope. He has like kids stuff and all that. Like it's really dope. But everybody kind of shits on him because it's like, well, you're not Jay-Z, and it's like, but if you look at what he's doing,
that's dope.
He's helping new artists get on. Like, why would I continue working? And he said it in one of his reels. Why would I continue working with the artists that already made money? The goal is for more people to get money. And I think people kind of missed the point that Dame Dash was a huge advocate for the people who worked with him and was blackballed because he was not afraid to go into these rooms and tell people, you're not going to treat my people this way. If you did not have Dame Dash, you did not have Jay-Z. Jay-Z was the marketing guy because he could put him out there and that. Okay, got that. But behind the scenes inside those rooms, he was the dog that was going in making sure people got paid. And then whenever they tell that story, that's what people say. Like, well, he did make sure people get paid. But then now everybody's trying to shit on him.
Well, it doesn't help when your teeth fall out while you trying to talk shit.
But 50 Cent should have left him alone. Like, come on, man. Respect the man.
And really quickly, not sure if you guys have heard about this. I'm one for a documentary. I love a good one. And this one has been a long time coming. Shine is speaking out. Ever since the whole 1999 incident where he, J-Lo, and Diddy were all caught up in this club shooting. And, of course, J-Lo separated herself. That's when,
that's when she went to bed.
Yeah, she wasn't with it. It's like,
and went and started acting. She wasn't Jenny from the block no more.
Much nigger shit.
Shit got real. She forgot who she was with.
Let me out.
She wanted that music. And then that one song with Ja Rule, I'm real. Yeah, the next thing you know, that shooting happened and she turned into an actress.
Got a blast. Not doing this. Well, Shine is finally speaking out after 10 plus years of this whole entire incident, and his new documentary is going to be on Hulu November 18th, and he's going to talk about it because he said, I felt betrayed by Diddy, and he also said I 100% was absolutely set up to be the fall guy. He's not appreciating it. And then also just him directing his path from being a rapper to now being a politician and being very active in that avenue. So I'm excited to see this, to watch it, because they got some heavy hitters in there. DJ Khaled's in there, Faith Evans is in there, Charlemagne is in there, Noriega's in there, and a few others who are all talking about this whole entire infamous incident that happened in 1999, because he was a young kid. He was only what, 18?
Yeah.
18, 20 when this happened.
Yeah.
And spent majority of his time in jail. And the crazy thing is, when he was on the scene, or just coming on the scene, everybody wanted to work with him because of his sound, and his entire life got thrown away, all because of this one
The
incident.
diddler.
Everybody's journey is different. Mine was 23 years. I sacrificed my career and life and family to be someone with humanity, with integrity, with honor.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you played the short one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So November. You see, I got into
I know.
it.
Well, because of time, we have to switch gears.
Yeah.
But yes.
I hope he does what Mace wants to do, but I think Mace is scared.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody got to tell it. And with Faith in the documentary, I'm like, oh,
right? Because I said, no, wait a minute, bitch. We need you in other places too.
Faith and Mary J. Blige, and Lil' Kim all know what's up. And I'm curious to see when this hits the fan, who's going to be the people who say what they know. Because everything Diddy has done, he did with someone. It wasn't like he did it by himself. And did you see where Orlando Brown called out Ray J about the parties?
Mm-hmm.
He said, yeah. He said, you all white? And he was like, what you mean? You all white? Because you went to those parties. And Ray J just sat there stupid. I'm like, buddy. So,
Yes, Faith is in the documentary. So that's why I'm like, she commenting on this. Girl, wait a minute. You about to get subpoenaed.
Yeah, he definitely got Faith. And so I don't know what she going to say. I don't know. Maybe the Biggie money dried up, so she ready to talk now.
And the Stevie J money, because she's no longer with him.
She should have never been with him in the first place. Stevie J. Let's change gears immediately.
All right, guys. So we are going to switch gears. As you know, it is Healing Wednesdays, and everybody's favorite auntie is in the building. That's right, Auntie V. And then our favorite doctor, Dr. Jan, she's joining us as well from Embodi Hydration. So we got our messy letter. We're going to switch gears. Our guests are here, and just keep it locked. Keep it right here, y'all, because this letter is messy.
Man, stay still, because I know how y'all get. Y'all get
every
antsy.
time you cuss them out, they leave. Just
stay still.
Nice. Talk nice.
Y'all be cool.
We'll be back, y'all.
We got craziness to talk about. Hold on,
because this letter's crazy.
All right. Did I change the music? I didn't. Is that it? Here we go. What's up? We on, cuz? We good? You can see that for real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing.
I was going to say, that is amazing.
Now, Dr. Janze, you're going to have to come up to the microphone a little bit, baby.
That's remarkable.
Oh, your seat comes up too on the side. Not hiding. Come on up.
Yes, I'm trying to hide.
I'll say, you look
Now,
like
sweetness,
me
I was
down there.
trying to stay down. There we go.
You came right out of the bed.
No, you look, and then you're
No.
doing Brandon. There we go.
That's it.
You see what I have on.
That
know
I
I-
voted sticker. That's what you got on.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's why, like I said, I brought it.
Mhm.
I'm like,
You need
yes,
your mouse?
people, vote.
Mhm.
Vote.
Mhm.
Because yesterday, we had 1.3 million people in the state of North Carolina that have already, 17%
Look
have
at
already
y'all.
voted.
Look at y'all.
I'm very
Nothing
excited.
that
I mean,
number.
that's completely off the subject, but yeah. Now I'm a geek about that kind of stuff.
It's all good.
What's up?
You didn't introduce anybody.
Are we
Hey,
live?
what's up? How you doing? It's your man,
Oh,
Coach Block. I'm sorry. I'm off my square today, but so yesterday too, huh?
It was all good.
We're gonna get there.
Well, yesterday, you know why you were off. You were in your own head about your sweatshirt.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look.
Mm.
It wasn't. You know how you put something on, it's like I'm gonna just get through the day, and I'm like, damn, I gotta be at TDS
Mhm.
because it had the food smell on it and everything. I've been cooking. Just wasn't a good day. But now we're here. And it is a great day. We have two beautiful faces next to us, in between us, Kim and I. We have,
Dr. Janze.
Hi.
Yes.
and y'all know
Listen,
the familiar
Auntie
face down in the
V.
corner, Auntie V.
That's Auntie V.
And we are going to be discussing IV hydration and all some good stuff with that. And we're going to see how that works alongside of CBD.
Yes, I don't have any of my stuff there with me. It's over there, but we'll get to it.
And before we get started, we'll do
Sure,
our
isn't
messy
that-
letter.
Honey, it's in that box that says CBD. Yes, let's get to the messy letter, boo boo. This is live. Let's do this.
Because what's
What
going
does it
on?
say?
Hi, Auntie V.
Hey,
Nice to meet you, Doc.
the other one, honey. Yes, honey. Yeah, thank you, love. We're getting it. We're working it. Continue on, honey.
Okay.
Don't mind me.
Okay.
So we need the Eminem dance.
We need Eminem dance. I was gonna wear my Eminem shirt because I think it was a hit.
It was. Actually, it was.
It was. It was
Yeah.
a hit.
I was like,
It was.
there's Eminem
I
in it?
Yes.
The
yes,
Eminem
for
dance.
Halloween, honey, I dressed like an Eminem,
Oh,
an
cute.
orange Eminem,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just a shirt.
Okay.
But we had some fun.
Yes, we
and so I
did.
had to do some Eminem dancing to distract. I can't remember what I was distracting about, but
I was trying to fix the cameras.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a lot going on.
well, this is nice.
All right, so let's get into
It's a
our
great
messy
reel.
letter.
Oh, see what I'm talking about?
What are we talking about?
I messed up the graphic again. Not on point. It's
It's
time
time
for
for
the messy
Messy
letter.
letter.
Here we go.
All right, y'all.
Okay,
This one's a
talk to
little
me.
lengthy, so stay with me, okay? It
Take
says,
notes.
how would you handle your husband of 6 years telling you that he not only wanted to be with you and could never be with someone else while emotionally and physically cheating on you all summer long? So here's the backstory. He befriended a new coworker and all was good for a while. We all hung out and got along and even joked about becoming a throuple. Well, I started to get feelings.
Wait,
Huh?
Mm-mm.
rewind and start from that
Now, you
sentence.
heard it right, but go ahead.
What?
Because I got it.
You
Go
hit-
ahead.
you hit
I
him.
got you. Go
He,
ahead,
be-
boo.
he befriended a new coworker and all was good for a while. We all hung out and got along and even joked about becoming a throuple.
It wasn't no joke.
Well, there's truth to every joke. Well, I started to get feelings that more was going on with them, especially after seeing some messages in his phone between the two of them. He got mad. I went through his phone and put a double lock on it and told her all about it, which they both made it out like I was crazy for thinking more than just a friendship was going on. One night, I had enough and told him that I wanted a separation if he wasn't going to put me before this woman. He laughed and said he's never put her before me and agreed to the separation. So the next few months go by and he gets up every day and immediately goes to her house, goes there for hours before he has to go to work and immediately after he gets off of work, sometimes even staying the night. We have 4 kids, 8, 5, 4-in-1. So I was burnt out on top of devastated and would beg him to stay home with us instead of going out with her. But he would always remind me that I'm the one that wanted the separation, even though multiple times I told him I didn't want that and just wanted him to put me first. I would ask them both what was really going on between them, and neither even budged on it. And it was just me being crazy. He eventually wound up in the psych ward for untreated schizophrenia.
What the hell?
Okay.
She spelled schizophrenia crazy. And I found out after reading his journal that they were sleeping together the whole time, and he was planning on leaving me for her. After he got out and was on the right meds, he cut contact with her. And wants to work things out with me, but I can't get over it. His family says that he is mentally ill and that's why it happened, because he does love me. I feel obligated to stay to help him through this mental state. And also 3 of my kids are in school, and if we moved, we would be living 2 hours away back to my family. I asked him why it happened yesterday for the first time, and he said that we were separated while it was happening, but I just don't see how you could do what he did to me if he really loved me. I'm 30. He's 43. Please help. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Where do we even start?
She's 33. He's 40.
No, he's 30.
She's 30.
She's 30, and he's yeah.
She's 30.
Uh-huh.
And how long they been together?
They've been together for 6 years, and they have 4 kids.
She needs to go ahead and
But she has
cut
an
ties.
8-year, so because the kids were like 8,
Yes,
and all the way
8,
down
5,
to 1.
4, and 1.
Yeah.
So longer than 6
So,
years. They've been married
They've
for
been
6.
probably they've been together. I would think longer than that. They just been making something.
Where should we start, guys? It's a lot in this letter.
Schizophrenia. That was wild.
No, the way she spelt it is wild.
Oh, okay.
If she put an S anywhere in the front,
Or a Z in there.
It's SKITZOPHRANEIA.
So she said skit.
Yeah. Skits. So
Schizophrenia. Yeah. Okay. And well, bless her heart, that obviously wasn't spell check.
Listen, we know what that says.
Yes. Yeah.
all right. Well,
we
we
know
will
what
let
they
our
meant.
guests go. Wait, the comments. I'm sorry. Where do I go? Right here.
Yes. This sounds like a Tyler Perry movie.
Yes, I'm sure he's made one. I'm sure he's made one about it.
This letter went left. That was a lot. It was a lot. I don't even know where to start on that letter. So
Well, let's start at the beginning.
With the first thing that she said.
Well, the fact that they joked about a throuple.
I mean,
This is the lady that they're having problems with now.
Because that's a red flag.
that means you're entertaining it and you put
Yes.
some thought into it. And
Yeah, you've already it's there, and you put it out there.
did you not
And-
know he has schizophrenia?
That's
Right.
my thing.
I can't let that part go. And now he's in the hospital because of schizophrenia. Wait a
Right. There got to
minute.
be some tendencies.
Because what caused him to get admitted? Who did it?
I guess
yeah.
himself.
Because he's 42, and onset of schizophrenia is usually between 18 to 25. Not that I don't know where that came from, but anyway, it is true. But yeah, it normally starts manifesting itself around that age, which means, and he's 42, so he probably had some tendencies along the way, and she chose to. I don't know what she chose to do.
Or she knew about it and
They separated in there somewhere too, right?
Well, she said because he wasn't putting her first when it came to this coworker, so that's why she felt like she would threaten him with separation, and he laughed and said, "All right," but then started to sleep with the coworker.
Yeah, because he had Plan B set up already.
Well, but no, if he's not on his meds, then he's gonna.
But at what point? Okay, so
seriously, if he's not on his meds.
So not even him being on his meds.
On
like,
this. I mean,
no, you're right.
Because even
he's all over the place
in a marriage, right? So I'm not okay with a friend talking to my husband separate from just texting back and forth.
Right.
And then
Absolutely.
why are you going over her house? Because one, let's pump the brakes on that. So that's an issue in itself, and then just the conversation around why are you talking to my husband without me, and what makes you think that that's okay for you to do that,
Right.
because I have some psycho tendencies too.
Yes,
we
all do.
So so that is the issue number one, and then for the friend to feel like it's okay for her to talk to her husband, her friend's husband. I have friends that will say, "Hey, your husband friend requested me on Facebook. Is it okay that I be
Right.
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 Or I need something put up in my house. I asked your husband, is it okay? But I want to get your permission.
Absolutely.
And it's not about you can't do what you,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
not
respect.
control.
It's
It's about
respect.
respect.
It's
And that's
respect.
really what it's about. And that friend has absolutely no respect for her friend.
Because I'm gonna say, if any man leaves his home and goes to help some other female and stays, and I'm asking you to stay,
With our 4 kids.
yes. No. No. Because don't worry about coming back.
Right.
You need to stay where you are because you don't know.
He hadn't seen the movie Waiting to Exhale.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, what? Yeah. I mean, seriously.
What's your sign, Dr. Janze? What's your sign?
Okay.
Balance.
Oh, see, yeah. I have no balance. I'm a Cancer. I have no balance.
Oh, but you guys are such sweethearts. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah.
I'm not. Nobody's sweet with that.
No. Not with
No,
this.
no.
There's a lot. And then
'Cause
do
I'm
you
like,
think
you
that the
said what?
age is an issue too? Because
Absolutely.
she's 30, he's 43. We're talking about a 13-year difference here.
Correct.
That's insane. And he was with her when she was younger because you have an 8-year-old.
Absolutely.
That's where the joking about the throuple thing comes in. That's that young girl stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Mature women are not going for that.
Um,
So
Well,
I mean,
dating apps will
What-
tell you
what?
differently.
There are some
you
people that love that.
are you are right, but in this situation, it's easy to groom that young girl for what they wanted to do. So because that's his coworker, right?
Yes.
So they had this on tap,
Mhm.
and then because kids and all that, and he's messing with her, 13 years her senior, it's like we're gonna groom her for this position. And like you said, not being on your meds and things like that,
I mean, because
all that plays a part.
it does have a medical component
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that because this behavior could, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's characteristic.
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
Schizophrenia. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because didn't she say that he was admitted and then once he was on his meds?
Yeah, it's like he came back to his senses.
Yeah. Because
the
that's
correct,
what happens.
yeah, the correct meds.
Well, because
we
whether
gotta
he's in his
calibrate
manic
those.
phase,
Yeah.
whether it's the manic phase or depressive stage, or
Yes.
is he hearing things? Is he not? I mean, there's a lot going on to that. There's a lot.
Sleep
That's a
with
huge mental
everybody.
component to it. But
Yes.
also on the other side,
That's
so
right.
this has all happened, right? So is the girl like, are you wanting to continue your marriage? So she really needs to like take a deep dive into, do I want to stay here in
Right.
this marriage and work it out? Because there has been some infidelity, and who's to say that that won't happen again?
Right.
Especially, if he comes off or something happens with his meds, like we go through this again. So it's that like we need therapy, counseling, whatever. But she has to figure out if she wants to stay in that marriage. 'Cause
Right.
that's the first thing.
Because it
And
doesn't.
so there's a lot of repairing and a lot of things that the trust is out the window.
Right.
And he's gonna have to work on like building her trust. And that is hard to get back once you lost that.
Especially with somebody who takes medication.
Exactly.
Because there's imbalances.
Yep.
And if you choose to stop taking those medication or your meds again, then what effects is that going to have on not just her, but the children? Because there's how many kids?
4.
Well,
And they're young.
Yeah.
So she's gonna, if she decide to leave, then technically I'm the single mom. She's probably gonna have the kids because he may not be in the mental capacity to take care of the kids. So it's just a lot that she has to think about.
There's a lot to that.
I'm just because my chuckle is because it is a lot. Like that is, I'm chuckling because it's like, damn,
That's a lot to take on at 32.
that's my point. Like
Right.
you
That's a
just,
lot.
that's where when I have a daughter who's 21, that's like you don't want her in those type of situations because all you can say to yourself is, damn, because the kids are there. You got to take care of those kids, and you're dealing with somebody who has mental instabilities if they're not taking medication. Ouch. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then now the kids are going to be asking questions and all that is so much at such a young age to have to deal with that she needs to make sure she don't end up on medication next.
That's very complex.
So she needs to come get some CBD.
She certainly does. She needs some drops.
And go ahead and get you an IV.
She needs to seek help
immediately.
She does. She needs to seek help immediately because you're asking a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's a lifetime.
Yes.
That's his lifetime for sure. And that's a lot to deal with. Plus raising your children.
Right.
And So what is her question though?
Help.
Damn.
Well, I think we are. I mean,
get some therapy for you. Yeah. Then you and your husband and your children, because they're gonna need it. Because you don't know how this all has affected them.
Or the age of the
and
kids
schizophrenia
again?
is not
8,
curable.
5, 4, and 1.
Well, it's not curable. So
right.
She's committed if she chooses to. She's committed for his lifetime. And and it's cyclic because statistics show that most schizophrenic people don't like their meds. They don't like who they are when they're on their meds. And so because they don't, it's this cyclic thing of being off your meds and doing cheating or act whatever your vice is, and being completely disinhibited and doing it. So that's a lifetime. That's a lifetime commitment for her, and all due seriousness.
And she has to think, like, is that something I really want to deal with? I love him,
yes,
but at the same time, I love me too.
Right.
Yeah, because
I love
a lot
my
of
kids,
self-care.
and you have to think, like,
how
many times have you gone through this behavior or dealt with this with him, and he's been off, and it's that cycle.
Because that's what she knows. She doesn't. She doesn't know what this 8 years. Because she's just talking about these few couple of incidents.
Yeah, she said the last 6 years. Your husband of 6 years, like, what would you do?
I doubt that. Yeah, I seriously believe that when they were dating and when they were doing, getting to know each other, she knew. Because they don't all of a sudden overnight become schizophrenic.
No,
it just doesn't happen that way.
No, there's definitely signs.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, not only do you have to choose yourself, but then that your children, someone may have these tendencies out of the 4. So now having to look out for that and then find out what the proper treatment is. And that's a lot to deal with. And then in the back, I got to deal with you sitting here saying, because I'm not on my meds, I'm sleeping with people. I don't have time for this shit.
Yes.
I'm giving him the kids and I'm out.
There's a lot.
Because y'all figure it out together.
You heard these kids. I'll get visitation. Deuces.
Because it's fun on her side because she's dealing with him and they're just having sex. She ain't dealing with his kids or his problems. Well, now what? You know what? Everything's about to be a problem. Like you said, take these kids. Y'all figure this out. I'm going to go live my 30-year-old life.
Yeah, because that's a lot.
I'm gonna be a weekend mom. How about that?
I'll pay. You take the kids and y'all work out all this medicine.
But see that, but that's
that's
not gonna happen.
My kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not gonna happen.
Work out y'all medicine. I'm out
that
of
is
here.
not gonna happen.
Concentrate what you need to.
Yeah. Well, because it's so
give
much
me some
bigger
time
than
to
that.
get myself together.
It is so much bigger than that because I don't, she hasn't said the sex of these kids, but males have more tendency to be schizophrenic than females. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in that letter.
Them is the kids I be dealing with at school. Them is the exact kids I deal with at school. They got shit like that. A mom today literally just hung up on her daughter when she said, "Can you please come get me? I'm having a problem." Sir, click. I said,
because I don't have time for this shit. Girl, go back to class.
Quote, she always does that. I'm like,
Mom is overwhelmed.
You just don't know.
But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. I got 3 boys, and they all have personalities, and you have to all they're different, right? So they always say the middle child is a little different, and my love them. I love my kids to death, and there's nothing I want to do. But there are times he is so hard on himself. And I would pick him up from basketball practice and it would be, I already know his mood. I know something is wrong. And so some days I used to be like, tell somebody, I think I need therapy. And you don't want to not say what's going on, what's wrong. But at the same time, you're like, I'm so tapped out. And I have nothing else, but I have to listen and I have to give, to my kid because he need me, right?
Self
hang up the phone because you want to do that, but at the same time, you're like,
Mom she was over that
self-care.
shit. She didn't say bye or nothing. She gave her the reason, and I'm in ISS, and Mom, I'm just feeling. All you heard was the phone go click, click, click.
I see you at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Because you have to know,
and she knew not to call back. That's what the funny. I said, "Well, baby, if you need to go to the bathroom to get yourself together, because Mom's not coming."
No,
I don't have time for this.
Sometimes you just gotta check out. You love your kids, but at the same time, like, I'm done.
What is there's an episode of
Catch me later.
What is that? The elementary school with
Abbott Elementary.
And did you read the little note?
Oh,
yeah. They were trying to go.
I'm not
the
the one.
girl,
Or
yeah,
the
he wanted to
sender.
send. He sent that little boy home, and she was like, "I'm not the one or the two. I will pick him up at 3."
For some damn ringworm. They'll figure it out.
They'll do it in a heartbeat.
Sometimes like my son will text and I'll see close around. I don't even let him know I read it.
Damn.
But you need a minute because you be like,
I need a minute.
I need a minute. All right.
Title of this segment: I don't have time for this shit.
You need some drops.
Yeah,
I mean,
take your drops and then think to yourself, all right, here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this, son. What you got?
It's so funny because sometimes I be like, we'll go to a game, and if I leave work and go to a basketball game or something, I be like, you ride with your dad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Miss Ma'am that wrote the letter, get rid of them kids.
Seek professional help.
You got to seek professional help ASAP.
Professional help.
The issue that I have for her is the fear of safety. Because when you're dealing with any type of psychiatric patient, you don't know specifically what the triggers are, and they can intensify. So it may start this way, but the reason why meds have to be balanced and level out is because there may be an imbalance that shows up later on down the line that wasn't showing specifically. Like you said on TV, it's always there. It's just now what may trigger this, what may trigger that. There may be some type of imbalance. And then now with you not going with the lifestyle and not going along with the program and figuring out I want to leave, that could do a whole number on somebody who's not taking their medication.
Yes.
And that for me, that puts me in a fearful state for her, like, and the kids.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you just don't know.
And
because apparently his way of acting out is probably sexual. It's probably sex. And I think she's putting a lot of basis on these encounters. I truly don't believe he is, because most people, most people who have that sort of imbalance, they don't. That's just their way of releasing or expressing themselves disinhibited. Some people, it could be, it could be drinking, it could be whatever device they have. It could be smoking, it could be, hanging out all night. It could, he was out all night with her. He could have been in a manic phase. You just don't know. And
that's what happened to Lamar Odom
for days.
when Lamar Odom went to the brothel and he was like stuck inside of there. He needed medication and wasn't taking it. And he was just inside there spending money, taking drugs, and having sex with women, and to the point where somebody had to pull him out of there. And he talks about it on YouTube.
It's true, yeah. So
That's
it
why
is.
Family Guy made that joke.
Yeah.
Couldn't get him out. He was in there. Like when I say he was in there, people were calling him. He would not leave. He's in a brothel for days.
Well, because he's happy. He's in his manic phase. He's happy. He's up all night. He's doing what he wants to. Disinhibited. No one is bothering him, and he's doing exactly whatever pleasure point he wants to do. That happens to be his thing. Yeah, I'm not. It's just part of the disease process. And then and who wants to come off of that?
Right.
Really, if you get to feel fantastic
all the time,
up, and you are doing what you want to do, and nobody can stop you. Yeah. Writers. A lot of our famous writers and poets, freaking loony. I mean, suffered from a whole.
And she's talking about I'm begging them to stay home. Hell no, damn these kids, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them out there, they feel that is when they're in their most creative phase.
God.
And so you don't want to come down
She's
off
only
of that.
30.
She's only 30.
Dealing with all of this.
It's a lifetime for her. Well, it's his lifetime.
But I wonder how his performance was, at work and stuff too. Did that
It
suffer?
depends.
And,
I'm sure it did.
I'm
sure it
it's
did.
Interesting. But yeah, that's a really great.
She may be supporting herself anyway. He just may just physically just be there.
Yeah.
So she.
Oh, is there comments? Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
She said she didn't want to move 2 hours away to her family.
Right.
It sounds like to me she
Wants to
stay with him. And I would question what her family support system is if she
did move
stay
back
here,
right?
Then go there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
I
a
thought
good
about that
question.
too, because even though you don't want to take your kids away, sometimes you may need to kind of get yourself together, because you have to heal yourself before you can go and try to help your husband and your kids. So it may be honestly worth her moving home for a little bit just to kind of regroup and get herself together.
Recalibrate.
Yeah. And not to say that, just up and leave your marriage. No, but she has to heal from this too. She has to figure out for herself, because she can't be in it and still try to figure out, because it's so stressful, that things can happen.
Yeah.
Did I miss comments? I'm sorry.
Well, I think she has to. I just think that she needs to.
Right
she
here.
needs to.
Was the wife aware of his mental illness beforehand? That's what we don't know. Oh no, my mama ain't even answered the phone.
Yeah, probably. She probably did. I mean, she definitely had some flags. She just didn't recognize them as such.
So, with that being said, because Miss Ma'am, you got a lot from us. We're telling her to go ahead and possibly take some time away to recalibrate, get herself together, get some therapy,
absolutely,
and really decide if this is something that she wants to continue doing, because
it's a lifetime.
Yeah, this is his lifetime.
His lifetime.
So,
His lifetime.
when you say please help, these are the things that we're telling you to do. You got to take a step back, take care of you first, because obviously you're until he gets his stuff together, you're in this alone, and possibly even consider moving back home.
I'm going home.
Oh yeah.
Well,
If the option to go home is there,
help, you
need
got
help.
good support at home. That's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
You need that support.
Well, because something you just don't. I think you have to. I think you have to. She has to take care of herself, because she can't. We always say, you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't pour out to anyone else, including the kids.
Right.
So even if she wanted to, she couldn't. What?
Gabe said, I feel like y'all dropping hints when y'all say his lifetime. Well,
because he's 42.
He's
he's 42. She's 30. He could live another. He could live another 40 years. Which means that there's a 15, 13 year difference.
13 year difference
in their ages, but she's 30. She's young, and it's his lifetime, because that's what she's gonna be dealing with, along with her children, because it's not curable.
No,
it's not curable.
And
you just hope to medicate it.
Thinking about my mother-in-law Lisa, when young man or guy was talking to her, and he her ex-husband had what did Chip have? He had diabetes, and things got really, really bad. Didn't necessarily take care of herself. So this gentleman that wanted to date her she in questioning finds out that she said, "Now I told your ass I'm not taking care of nobody else."
No, that's right.
That's the thing now. They have I forgot what they call it now, where men over the age of 50 now, who have been like players their whole life and have had a good time, not married anything, they now want to get married because they want someone to take care of them as they get older. I mean, disease processes. And because now they've got diabetes, they've got hypertension, they've got.
You find these independent women
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Oh, gosh.
Who want to get, who want to get married.
Have fun and travel, enjoy.
Yeah.
And then you go on dialysis.
Nobody, yes. That is a thing. That's
Oh
a thing
man,
now.
don't start me up.
We can only
Yeah.
go 45 minutes from the house when
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to Columbia. This ain't gonna work.
I'm telling you, that's like a new trend. I forgot what they call it now, but that's a thing.
I'm
And these
sweating, trying not
men
to make
over the
rude
age
comments.
of 50 are trying to
Let's go ahead and lower that number on
couple, I guess, with women,
Let's lower that.
with single, eligible women.
I'm just saying, because I know you've experienced it,
Honey.
Some of these guys out here talking about, I want love. You want a nurse? I ain't got that to do. My trip is booked, and I am busy.
In and out.
Yeah.
Goodness,
We
now
do.
I got to sit here and figure out how to plug this damn machine.
Yeah, no.
CPAPing it out. Now I can't sleep right because you over there sounded like Darth Vader.
You want to cuddle, sir?
Your host choked me last night.
Let me go find a 30-year-old that I'm with. I
Let
ain't
me
got time
stop
for you.
it. Let me see, y'all ain't right. See,
I'm just saying.
but I just found it hilarious when you're saying his lifetime. I swear that's her mindset. Like she asked guys, what type of medication do you take? Because if it ain't right, no.
Because she
We're not
living her
even-
life. She is healthy. She's working out.
She said, I asked, what medication are you taking? Let's just get this out the way.
Yeah, because I don't want to do this again. Okay? Because let me tell you something. Miss Lisa's out here living her best life. I got to stop because you out here.
Absolutely. It's because it is. It's a thing. That's his lifetime. She's going to take care of him for his lifetime.
Oh my God.
Which
they say I'll be damned.
And we're assuming
You
that
and
he's
your
going
foot.
first.
Kick rocks.
Yeah.
Out.
We're assuming that he's going first.
Right.
I'm assuming that he's going
Yes.
first because he's older. But that's
like
not necessarily the case.
Yeah.
But he could drive her to an early grave. You just
That too.
That's what
you
you don't
just
want to
don't
happen.
know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a thing.
So in cases like this,
Get some help.
when people are just, having to deal with a lot of stress and anxiety and relationships and dealing with people who are on dialysis and CPAP machines, how can we help them, ladies?
Well, I tell you what, since they obviously are working at a deficit.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Well, a lot of
Put
things.
this another way.
Well, a lot of it. Sometimes, honestly, it's too late. But
we're not gonna give up on them.
I know
We're gonna
Damn,
give them
Dr.
some. We're gonna rehydrate them.
She said, well,
I can't help you.
like they're on dialysis. The only
Just
way is
die.
like
Oh, no, that was a whole different. Yeah, that's a whole different
you
story.
get wound, legs amputated because of
Yeah.
diabetes. Like you are really far gone.
Yeah, because once they
but-
start cutting with diabetes,
Yeah,
y'all, they
they
go
don't
all
stop.
the way.
It's hard
Don't
to-
think that they're gonna stop at
Right.
the toes.
It goes up.
We
And it
talking
keeps going.
cardiovascular system
Mhm.
Exactly.
going on up the legs.
It's
and
a
until they
a
take
big
it.
part of what we're missing, though, too, just in healthcare in general, is a lot of education.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And honestly, it affects a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't really get the education, nutrition that we should. So a lot of that, we too far gone because we eat like we ate when we were kids.
Mhm.
Everything
Yeah.
fried.
Like with 15,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
15,
And,
16.
And that's not the case. Foods are different, like the way foods are grown, like what they put in it, all that. So we have a lot of stuff against us. And so a big piece is the education and helping people to, yes, you had this, but let's not let it get too far gone. But you also have to have the resources and know who to go to.
Absolutely.
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 You
So
know,
let's
and
talk about preventative.
I was gonna say that, and then, I was gonna transition in. But that's what I was. But that's what I was gonna say is that
Wow, we're
you
so
know,
essential.
it's why we are essential. It's why because we're giving people tools,
Mm-hmm.
that they can put in their little toolbox and boo boo. I just don't, honey, seek help.
Please.
Please do.
Mm-hmm.
Please do. Because you're young. You're 30 with 4 kids. Girl, honey. You break it hard. But anyway, and so back to
Take care of yourself.
It
first.
takes a village. It really does.
So how can someone incorporate you two in their village? Because both of you have very vital resources to help people kind of get through things before we get to this point where I feel like Dr. Janze, I don't have time for this shit. So before we get here, how do we?
But you have to recognize that you don't have time for this shit. Right? You got to recognize it. You have to recognize. You have to be at a point that you recognize
You do.
that that you ain't got time for
You
this
ain't got
shit.
time.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because and so you got to get there. That is why you have to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Because if you're stressed, we're not even going to talk about cortisol levels, but you got to get right in order for you to recognize I got a lot here.
Yes.
This is not working. So, Dr. Janze here, has her hydration. And
Yes.
talk about
all vitamins.
Yes, honey. And then, honey, we can help you out pre and post IV hydration because they work as a team. You got to work as a team, honey. Because you've got to take care of yourself. You got to decrease your stress. You can't operate like I said. You can't be operating when you have no fuel in the freaking tank.
Right.
Because you will be the patient.
Yes.
On Williams Ward.
Absolutely. And then you're gonna be writing us this letter. And then we're gonna be writing a letter.
Because you killed somebody.
Because yes.
Or you've done, some damage somewhere.
Yes.
Because of stress will take you there. And
Yeah.
that kind of stress will definitely.
Yeah.
To take
You'll
you
have
out.
a breakdown or you'll just be depressed where you don't want to take care of yourself.
So with the IV hydration, how do you know as a novice what bag you should take?
So that's why you come to me. And so I talk to my patients. That's what I call me. So I talk to and I get medical history. So when they come, I always ask what's going on with you? Like, how are you feeling? So that I'll know, well, I can kind of pick and choose, well, this may be good. So for people that's really tired, brain fog, fatigue, just depleted, don't really eat much, always on the go. My revitalized drip is always good.
Okay.
And I always say, hey, let's up how much fluid I give you too, because that really is going to help with your dehydration, your brain fog, your fatigue. And it just really makes you feel good overall. And it helps to reduce your stress level. And it also helps you sleep well.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And some people actually have experienced, and it's probably TMI, but their digestive system is moving a lot better. And so it really has all those components to just relax you, calm you. You're not feeling as tired or fatigued. And then if you come, for people who want skin health issues, then I have a drip for that. And so really it's about, for me, communication, understanding what's going on with you. So at least I know, let's try this, or and this is how often we need to do it.
Okay.
So I talk with my patients, and that's part of why I started. Even though, it's a service that I offer that you may see franchise places, they don't customize typically, and they don't build that relationship to understand. And while you're getting your drip, it's like a therapy because I sit right there and we talk.
Okay.
And so I have a lot of people that come and just talk. I guess I'm just one that, people are comfortable when they talk, which is my space is that safe space for you to come and talk about what's going on. And I had a client, patient in particular, that came particularly for weight loss. So we're just talking about all the things going on in their life. And, I said, what is that thing that you do to take care of yourself? So I'm really big on self-care. And I know that from a personal standpoint, like I say, I'm married. I've been married. We'll be married 20 years next year.
Oh, yeah.
And we have 3 boys together, but it's not always great, right? It's not always the peaches and cream. And so I have learned throughout all this time, I love my husband, I love my kids, but I also love me. And that was a time where I was gaining weight and I was at a size I did, so I really had to take a step back and take a focus on me, love me. And, I used to travel with my old career and I used to make sure everybody had food, all clothes were done. And I said, you know what? If they eat hot dogs and cereal all day, it's all right.
Of course it is.
Why am I running myself in the ground for that?
Of course,
You know what?
There's nothing better
I love
than having cereal.
How Southern Auntie V can be about serious shit. Like we're talking about. Of course it is.
Well, of course it is.
Of course. Eat those fucking hot dogs.
Yeah.
I used to be like, stop eating my kids' hot dogs.
I think that is hilarious.
Why not?
That's a staple in my
Here's
house.
your
Hot
ketchup.
dog and-
Here's your mustard.
I even got some relish
Why
for you, baby.
not?
And a bag of chips
not?
and sit your ass down.
Because I mean, they're old enough to reach it. They're old enough. Yeah, they know how to
I
split
said
a hot
that
dog
eating
down the
that
middle and
is
stick it in the
important.
microwave for a minute. They know how to do that. As long as the microwave is on their level. What are y'all talking about? I know.
After I got done working, eat that damn hot dog.
Yeah.
They be like, what we eat? I don't know. What
Gen
you eat?
Xer, but still. I mean, come
I
on.
make sure I
people.
have lunch. That's what I focus on. But you know, that's the big piece of like how IV had. So it really helps to relax you, reduces your stress because it has some magnesium in there, which is great for like relaxation. And so that's why people feel so good after they get their drip. So
And what do you say to people who are like, well, I take vitamins. You know, I don't need an IV drip.
yeah, so great. Keep taking your vitamins because one thing, if you notice, they're huge. By the time you swallow and it goes through your digestive system, you're really not getting that big old pill. You're probably getting about that much or less. And if you have digestive or GI issues, you're really not absorbing much. So the IV basically it bypasses your gut. It goes straight to your cells and it fuels you in a way that those oral supplements don't. Not to say you shouldn't take them, you know, but still you can because it's not like you're going to overdose. But that's the benefit of it. Plus you're getting hydrated. Your cells are happy and they're like plumped up, feeling good, like moving around like they should versus you're trying to drink a bottle of water and you're not drinking enough because even though people say I drink all day, you're probably not because once you start pooping and peeing, sweating, you know, things like it goes through your body's process. So you're still not absorbing enough. So.
Yeah. And when you have a nice, fat, plump little happy cells, CBD works is a synergetic work. They can work together. And, you know, for your immune system, for hydration, because it just works better. The calming effect, the decrease in your stress levels, your inflammation, you know, pain, anxiety, inflammation, it just enhances it. So if you've got nice, happy, plump little cells that, you know, and your vasculature, I don't know, your blood vessels, you know, are running smoothly and they're fat and they're happy and oxygenation is going through and things are exchanging. CBD just catches on to them, honey, and it rides the wave with them and it enhances, it decreases your stress. It decreases the inflammation, your pain. It just works so well when you look at your healthcare in a holistic manner. And we talk about that all the time. You have to make things work together because your body is not singular in each system that you have. All of your systems work together to make you work.
And let's talk a little bit about inflammation because this is something big, especially in the dental community as well. If you get rid of the inflammation, it helps a lot in your body because inflammation is rooted to a lot of issues and people don't know that, you know, and they just think, oh, I'm just swollen or I'm just this or this is just a problem. Or like, no, your body is telling you something is wrong here. We have to get to the root of this because there have been links from the inflammation in your gums from periodontal disease to Alzheimer's and diabetes and heart disease and things like that.
Big one's heart disease.
Yes. So that's why it's just like, let's talk about how important it is to get that inflammation out of your body.
Oh God, yes. Well, I mean, but you know that it again, they all work together. Your systems, whether it's the nervous system, or, you know, the biggest organ, you know, is your skin. But they're all systems and they don't work, you know, independently of each other. You are a whole person and you need hydration. You need to be rehydrated, you know, so that everything that all of my products just are enhanced with IV therapy, with eating correctly, with
Mhm.
exercise. We talk about that all the time. And decreasing your inflammation is a big one.
Mhm.
You know, think about your joint pain.
Mhm.
Think about, I mean, that's a big one. And even if you think you're healthy and, you know, pre-workout and post-workout
Mhm.
and muscle pain
Mhm.
and, you know, and the lactic acid that, you know,
Mhm.
that your muscles release, you know, during that time, it all works together.
Mhm.
So
It all
with
works
you
together.
saying that, that was going to be my question,
Yeah.
because dealing with athletes, dealing with younger athletes, how important is that for their recovery, especially something where you're introducing a CBD where, you know, people always have misinformation. And
Yes.
then IV therapy, they may think that they're too young, like for a high
Yeah.
school student. So can you guys talk about that, especially with hydration? Because a lot of young athletes are super dehydrated. You have
Mhm.
to beg
Absolutely.
them to
Yep.
drink water.
They operate
And
that way.
then a lot of them don't take care of themselves
They don't.
post with making sure that they're, you know, bumps, bruises, muscles, and all that. They don't even address it. It's just keep going. So can y'all talk about the importance of that, you know, on an athletic aspect of the goal is to recover as quickly as possible,
Yep.
and how these products can help you with recovery?
Yeah. So it's funny because I have a 15-year-old that plays JV football.
Mhm.
And so a lot of the kids at the football game, you'll see after a play, the first aid person or the trainer actually is running out on the field, and they're like pushing their leg back and side, you know,
Mhm.
all these things because they're so dehydrated.
Mhm.
They're cramping up and all that stuff. And so it's important that they stay hydrated and get hydrated.
Mhm.
The beauty of what I offer is I'm not giving any like drugs.
Mhm.
It's all vitamins and supplements. And so I will tell my son, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give you a drip. And so you know, sometimes he'll be like, okay. And I told him, I said, well, we need to do it like so many days before your
Mhm.
game so that it's really in your cells, you're feeling good, but
Mhm.
it helps them to overall feel good. It goes straight into their cells because they're practicing every day for several hours a day. They're not drinking enough, even when they're out on the field. And then by the time they get home, generally it's after 8 o'clock. So they may have homework, they may need to eat dinner, they drink a bottle of water, they got a shower, and they go to bed, and it's probably midnight.
Mhm.
So they're in school all day. They're probably not drinking enough water.
Mhm.
And so I try to make sure that mine take bottles of water or fill up but they're still not drinking enough. And it's so hard to hydrate them because they're in practice 3 days a week, and a game 1 day a week.
Mhm.
And then on the weekend, they're probably, you know,
Mhm.
doing nothing. And so they're not taking in enough fluids. And so it's so hard to hydrate them. And the benefit of the IV is, again, it goes straight to the cells. And it's literally, they don't even have to have vitamins. They can just get the fluid.
Mhm.
And that would be really beneficial for them. My son actually today, and my basketball player, he texted me the other day and was like, Mom, can I get a drip?
Mm-hmm.
And I've given it to them before, but that just goes to show it works so well and he feels so much better with it. And so I was able to give him his today in between his classes before his workout. And I asked him, I said, well, how do you feel? And he said he can tell a difference. And so when he started asking for me, obviously it's something good. And I give him vitamins in his too. And it's literally just amino acids, vitamin C, vitamin B, and a mineral blend.
Okay. And then muscular, let's talk about like topicals. So like for the bruises that are sitting up top that aren't too deep.
Well, see, the goal is not to get to the bruises, you know, not to get to that phase, because, you know, we all know bruises are broken blood vessels and your body, now your body's in recovery. It's trying to heal itself. So the goal with topicals is not to get to that phase. So when you're working out, when you know, you're obviously dehydrated. These young people are doing, you know, this back to back, having practices back to back to back, and in games. So you don't have a lot of recovery time anyway.
No.
So the thing with topicals is that, as we said, number one, it's going to stay where it is, but it's going to help relax that muscle so that your pre and post is the recovery time is shortened, because most athletes, no matter how old you are, you need you need to have some refractory, some recovery time.
Mm-hmm.
Hence ice baths
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
everything that we try to do
Mhm.
that it is. What CBD does topically is helps your muscles relax and calm them down and decrease the inflammation
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in those within that area that
Right.
you put it.
Right.
I mean, we have John's testimonial, who's a
Mhm.
professional athlete.
Mhm.
He's a professional football player.
Mhm.
I mean, he talks about that
Mhm.
because that's what it helps do.
Right.
He had, he's playing at the top of his game,
Mhm.
and he uses it topicals to help do just that.
Right.
Because these people are getting aches and pains,
Mhm.
and it's real.
And so, like, one thing that I want to just clarify, because my platform is athletes with the First and Goal podcast, but I want to share this information. So those who may use Tiger Balm, which I'm not a fan of Tiger Balm, or I'm not a
That's
fan
numbing.
of
Icy hot,
icy
Voltrex,
hot.
Yeah, that's
Can you speak to
that's
how
numbing
your
the area.
Can you speak to how your product, as far as the roll on and the
Completely
salve, are
different.
completely different
It is,
versus
'cause
the
we're-
Tiger Balm and the icy hot?
Yeah, we're not trying to numb it.
Mhm.
We're trying to deal with the cause of it.
Mhm.
We're trying to get to the muscle itself
Mhm.
and help the muscles recover.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to numb the area
Right.
so that you can continue on
Mhm. Mhm.
and play,
Mhm.
whether you're hurt or not,
Mhm.
because it does exactly that.
Mhm.
You're numbing the area.
Right.
Yeah, you can go out there and play because you don't feel anything.
Right.
Cause more damage.
You can cause more damage.
Mhm.
That's not what we're doing.
Mhm.
What CBD, mind you, I can't speak for everybody,
Right.
because I don't know what's in everybody's
Because
stuff.
and we don't want nobody to buy anybody else but yours.
Yeah. We're trying to help the muscle,
Mhm.
the cause
Mhm.
of your issue, which is that you are stress and straining
Mhm.
and pulling and muscle fibers.
Mhm.
No matter how old you are,
Right.
muscle fibers, and then you're trying to ask them to recover in a very short amount of time.
Right.
This helps take care of that.
And then
that muscle pain, that stiffness, that soreness,
Mhm.
that inflammation,
Mhm.
because that's just your body's natural way of healing
Right.
itself.
Right. And like Dr. Jen said, with the hydration, start a few days before.
Absolutely.
And for these young folks, this is a pre-practice ritual. It should be, as
Yes,
far
that's
as
what I'm saying.
these items.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
For the topicals, absolutely.
Mhm.
Because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to lessen your time
Mhm.
in recovery.
Mhm.
You're trying to not be as sore, to not be as stiff,
Mhm.
to not have as much inflammation, to have
Mhm.
that that overall body aches, because you're playing a physical game, especially
Right.
football. You're playing
Yeah.
a physical game,
Mhm.
and that's what's going to happen.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's just the natural. That's the nature of the things.
Right.
If someone's hitting you like a freaking freight train,
Over and over again.
every time,
Mhm.
every time, all the
Mhm.
time, because that's what they're doing.
Right.
You have a person in motion,
Mhm.
and you're stopping it.
Mhm.
You've got some 300 pound gentleman
Mhm.
literally stopping your. So everything's gonna hurt.
Right. Right. Right.
That's just the process of
Right.
the game. Everything is gonna hurt.
Mhm.
So it's just trying to lessen that.
So, two-part question. One of the things that I want to ask is, when it comes to like students, I know that it's tough because you have to deal with their parents and stuff like that. How is there a way to possibly get them to, to get them to do this more often, to do the IV hydration, to do the CBD? Because some of them probably would willingly, due to lack of knowledge, and thinking, because I'm young, I don't need to do this stuff. But these are all preventative measures, because you can, like you said, ultimately really severely damage, your muscles, your ligaments, whatever have you, if you're not properly hydrated, and then if there's no proper aftercare. So who are the people that can advocate for these services in these spaces?
The trainers should be number one, but there's no bigger advocate in amateur athletics than a parent, because even the trainers, they're not with the children as much as a parent is. Whereas in the NFL, you wake up, you go see your trainer because that's a part of your contract. You have to go see your trainer. You have to do these evaluations daily. So to me, getting these items and using these items, parents need to try themselves. I think so.
Yeah,
try
no,
yourself, and then also allow your athletes to try them so that they can see the difference. Now, me as a coach, you're going to get coaches who are hesitant because a lot of coaches are old school and they're not up on this. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when you start talking about IVs and things like that, they're just, for lack of a better word, they're just ignorant to that. Their hydration is drink water and Gatorade. And I used to love killing my kids with water's more important than Gatorade. No, coach, no, coach. Okay, look at the first ingredient of Gatorade. And they would turn. What does it say? Water. Thank you. Gatorade without water, goofy. But I do think that the parents need to inform themselves about how quickly they first of all, they need to know that their children are in pain.
Yeah.
A lot of these young people don't express it because they just think it's a part of the game. And then you'll see injuries that last longer than what they should. I've experienced that where you just got a kid that's on shoulder sore and it's like, oh, you have a torn rotator cuff and you've had it all. So get your athlete to talk and then actually going to these places, trying them yourself. So I'm promoting this specifically on First and Goals podcast. That's why I'm asking you guys so that more parents can be aware.
Because it's about prevention. It's about and even if, because things will eventually happen as long as they're playing the game, as long as it is a violent game, then things are going to happen. But try to, because the goal is for you to make your muscles more pliable.
That's the key.
That's the key. That's the key. Because I mean, let's be honest, we are, we do diet, we do these regimens with these young people, we do all this stuff, and we make them into these very lean, very efficient machines, depending on their position. Because I mean, even your front lines, I mean, my God,
they're not built the same the way it used to be.
Boom, who cannot move.
No, these guys are rolling.
All these gentlemen are agile. They're lean. They've done all this work. Yeah, but you've got to be able to shorten that recovery time because you're asking them to do a lot.
And you're asking me to do it again the next day.
And you're asking them to, because that's not normal.
Yeah.
None of these professional athletes, that's not the normal wear and tear on a body.
Yeah. And the one thing, Dr. Janze, if you can explain, even if you're just intaking water, how much should the average athlete, and we haven't talking about the athlete that's going hard, just the average athlete, how much should you intake a day?
So the generalization is pretty much like half of your body weight and more. Who can do that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot. I mean,
now, is that your ideal body weight? Oh, yeah.
Right.
Calculated
ideal body weight for me is quite different than actual.
Unless you walk around with a couple of gallons of water, you're still not getting. And then people say, "Oh, I drink water all day." You're still not hydrated properly.
Just because you got a Stanley Cup don't mean you hydrated.
And you haven't times you fill it up.
Right.
Because I know I'm terrible. I fill up my cup one time.
No, wait a minute.
I can't say
I'm in
that.
my rooms all day, so it's so hard. And I know I'm dehydrated. And I know when I know, like I know I need a drip now.
So then, with frequency, is there such a thing as too much when it comes to the drip? Because we know with your product, Ms. V, like you use it as needed, and then it should be a part of your normal routine.
It should be part of
good question. So
we're talking
if I'm
balance.
too dehydrated, is there something I need to be looking at health concern wise? Like if I'm constantly dehydrated, is there something else going on that I might need to check out?
Yeah. So if you're dehydrated, one, you want to look at your kidney function because that could be terribly impacted, and you just never really know. Muscle cramps. Some people can experience, like Miss Auntie V was saying earlier about the lactic acid, and how when you're working out, it gets into your blood. Some people can develop what they call like rhabdo, which is like your muscle breakdown and it filters out through your kidney, which your kidneys are. So it's just like every system in your body works together. And so the big damage is organ damage that it can cause. And so you don't want to get to the point. And the beauty of IV hydration, again, it goes straight to your cells. How often you can get it, I tell people it really depends on your health goals. And so depending on what you have going on, that's why it's important to have that conversation, to talk to your patients or your clients about what they're feeling, what's going on with them. And generally, I'll tell people you can start out, let's do like once a week or so many weeks, and then we'll do a maintenance once a month. Some people, every other week, and then let's do maintenance like once a month. But truly, it just depends on one, their health goals, of course, their budget, because I don't take insurance, and then just generally what's going on with them.
And then for muscles, like like you said, if I see the bruise now, it's too late.
Well, yeah, because you have a bruise, so that's your body, depending on what color it is. That's your phases of recovery. That's your body's phases of recovery.
So then now let's say a student after practice, he is complaining about like his shoulders or his hamstrings or something like that. Which one would prefer him to, or which one would suggest a parent, more the salve or more the roll-on for like a hamstring pain or just a shoulder tightness, or which one would you suggest more?
Well, that's going to be topical because it's just a faster onset and it's quicker, but it needs to be massaged in. And let's be honest, if you're cramping and doing all that kind of stuff, you probably should have been hydrated first. Because that's directly what's called problem, I would think, because if they're young and healthy, they have no reason for it to be anything else.
Right.
Other than, especially like I said, cramping, because we're talking about electrolyte shifts, and that. And we're talking about a whole bunch of other things that IV therapy can take care of. So on my end, it would be topical.
Okay.
Because we're already there.
All right. And now you have the lotion, you have the oil, salve, and roll-on. So which one would you suggest for an athlete who is feeling the tightness? So like,
well, the roll-on, I always call this a sport roll-on, because you can throw it in your bag, your gym bag, you can throw it anywhere, and you can just rub it on. And I think that it works within a couple of minutes. So that would be the quickest. The salve is, of course, a little thicker, but they work the same. That's a preference.
Okay,
that's a preference.
Okay.
With athletes, like I said, this is probably more convenient for them, because it's not as thick as this. But this would be the easiest thing for them.
Gotcha.
Because they can just take it, roll it on, work it out. And they'll
go.
be, and go.
Yeah. And for those who are watching,
watching,
or for people who need to see testimonials, hear testimonials, please go to thehealingconsultant.com to find out how quickly it works.
Yes.
Because the one thing that everybody says, we were at the Mind, Body, and Spirit conference, and we told a young lady to try it and walk and come back and see us, but she didn't even make it halfway around the corner before she turned around and was like, I feel it already.
Absolutely.
And with athletes, recovery is key, because you have to turn around and do this again and again and again and again. Then you play a game. So you want to make sure your muscles are recovering as quickly as you can possibly get them to recover. So please check out the items that you see that are topical on her website. So that's the salve, that's the roll-on, that's the massage oils, and then the lotion.
And you like the drops.
Woo, the drops and the gummies. When I
decrease the stress, honey.
So many
saving lives.
You are saving lives. You're saving lives and people from getting cussed out.
Yes,
they need to thank you.
Saving lives.
Yes, they need to
do.
thank you.
Your girl, needs some CBD.
I think she does.
Like I
Poor
said,
baby.
Because well, I told you she depleted.
Yeah,
she got to come up here in order to make those decisions.
She need to go back and forth between the two of y'all until she can get it together.
Because I know she's dehydrated. Dehydration is no joke, y'all. I promise y'all. As an athlete, I have been dehydrated before. You hear coaches yelling at you, need a sip, but I was always taught that if you get to the point where you feel like you need a sip, it's too late.
It's too late. Behind the curve.
And it affects your mood. Like I remember I was just being a legit bitch. And then when I got some water, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was dehydrated, girl. I'm sorry.
It's real. And even me, I have busy. Work full time. I operate my business, and I was just going. I mean, just like nonstop. It was something, and I literally, I was at work one day and I was like, I gotta go. It was so bad I could almost not sit up. Like I told my husband, I was like, please meet me, set my stuff up, and yeah, because I need a drip. And within like halfway through, I could definitely tell a difference. And yesterday I was on the conference with you guys, and the next day, like I felt so much better. Day 2, I was like a whole new person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
and the team in North Carolina that I know that takes trips, and I want to try to get them over, is the Hurricane. So they go to a person right now, and all of them have set days where they go get their drips. So it's something that I think needs to be introduced more into the athletics that we play predominantly, like football and basketball, because I know y'all aren't doing it because we feel like we're soldiers, and we have a lot of misinformation. And I need you guys to start taking care of yourselves, like the baseball players, the golf players, the hockey players.
Think about the long, if nothing else, think about self-care and the longevity of your career. Because in the long run, don't you want to play longer?
Right.
Don't you want to do this healthy?
And without being in so much pain, you do not have to do it with so much pain.
Well, you don't. You don't.
And the thing too about the IV drips, they lubricate your joints and your muscles, and so it really gets to where you need it to be.
Help you to be more flexible.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, because you go and go and go, you don't hydrate enough. You're just tearing your muscles down.
And this would be really good for those of you who work out a lot and do CrossFit, because I see a lot of injuries in CrossFit, and it's mainly because you're not hydrating yourself.
Y'all here with hard knees.
Crumbling.
Yes. Because I'm gonna tell you, because it's the truth.
Yes, it's a lot of injuries.
And you can do drops. You can do drops with that, because it's all about taking care of yourself.
So if you're going to work out, make sure that you're doing this in tandem. Make sure you're getting your IV drip. Make sure you're taking your drops. Make sure you're even losing lotion. I'm telling y'all, after you work out, you done got your drip. You take a good hot shower.
Yes.
And you slather yourself in this good lotion and or oil. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Good.
So I was about to make a joke about that. So like my D2 athletes that don't have the trainers, like the D1 athletes that will give you a massage, if y'all go ahead and buy that massage oil and have a girlfriend or something like that, tell her hit your shoulders and hit your legs after practice, you'll feel like a new man in the morning. I promise you. Or buy some and take it to your trainer, you D1 guys, because you can do that.
Or physical therapist or chiropractor.
Yeah.
Make sure all of these things are being used in tandem, because what we do know with physical therapists is that they will use some sort of salve. So advocate for yourself.
Yes.
Say, look, well, this is what I want. I want you to use this on me.
Yeah. Because that's what John did. That's what John did. I mean, he took it to his trainer.
There we go.
And his trainer loved it.
There we go. Boom.
Yeah.
So let's start supporting small businesses and Black people.
Yes.
Do it.
And take care of yourself.
Please.
Yes, you have to. Because ain't nobody else gonna do it.
Hello.
Okay.
Because let me tell you something. Starting next month, Ken and I are going to start taking care of ourselves. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm going to take that drip.
I will.
Not going that far. We're going with baby steps.
I actually want to really take a drip to see how it feels.
I'll record you.
Yeah, because I don't have a problem with it.
I will.
Record you got ropes over there. I can hit one of those from here. And look at, that arm. Not just the AC, but yes. I said I can hit that from here. Lord,
freaks me
I can put like a 14 gauge in that.
No, don't do that. Those hurt.
Oh, please.
That's the long.
A stick is a stick is a stick.
No, Miss V.
No, not you. Got to know what you're doing.
That's true. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Because I've had horrible experiences. So
this is the one time. Oh, I'm not gonna say that.
And I put a 24 on somebody today. She said, I didn't feel that. And I'm like, it's small. It was in the right there.
Let me shut my mouth. Jesus.
I knew where you were going. Reel it in.
Y'all two.
He got you, girl.
Did she have a Kamala moment?
I caught myself. I caught myself. Thank you. But you saw it was right there. I was like, woo. Okay. Reel it back in. Reel it in, girl. Reel it in. It's a family show.
Did I miss anything?
Yeah,
Did
missed that. But go ahead, baby.
I caught it.
It was
I just let y'all do what y'all do over there.
It was moving. Yeah.
But
Kim caught it.
Like we told you guys, Ken and I are going to start our overall health fitness journey starting next month with Dr. Janze. We'll keep you guys updated throughout our whole entire process. We're going to document everything. Dr. Janze is joining the TDS team, so she's officially one of our cousins, so you'll be seeing more of her. So you can get your questions answered, because what we do know is that come after the holidays, when people done sat there and got fluffy and ate, then come January, and it's like, well, I want to lose this weight. Now that weight been on you for the last 6 months.
When you don't that healthcare goal, that we all make January 1st.
January 1.
We're gonna work out and eat better.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now y'all want to come crawling to Auntie V and to Dr. Janze talking about I need help. We're gonna start this off before all of that. So, like I said, any questions you have?
Last question.
Oh, are there any health issues that can cause issues if you get the drip?
Nope. It's all vitamins, and it's just saline, which is the consistency of your blood. So you just like you take your vitamins, the foods that you eat, it's just all vitamins. So no health issues.
Like I said, Ken will let you know how it is.
That's all.
He will let you know, and then maybe
we're gonna put her on some CBD and give her IV.
That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do.
That will be in a real itself. Kim family got hurt. Ooh, child.
I can put IVs in babies, honey. I can do it.
I know you can. I would trust you. I would trust both of y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out.
CBD and relaxer.
The biggest part. I was gonna say the biggest part is just don't look and just chill out.
I know,
girl.
Because if you do this, you're gonna panic and tighten up.
Which one?
This one.
Really? They usually always go here.
Why? That hurts.
That's why.
That hurts. That does hurt.
Really?
Oh heck yeah! Anywhere around this thumb area, that hurts, honey.
And they always go for this one.
That hurts.
Well,
that's a last resort thing.
Child.
That and the AC.
Really?
Yeah. Well, AC. I mean, everybody should hit that.
Okay.
I go for it because it's quick and easy.
It's quick and easy.
So if you're in the hospital, that's
that's because we start down here and move up, because you always know you can get this one.
Oh, really? Well, I was gonna say this one right here. She never fails.
Well, no, because it's quick and easy.
They get me here on this one.
Yeah.
Because all I do is pump that, and then next thing you know, it's right there.
That is beautiful.
Here, you can see them over here.
See that? I go here because it's quick.
And men have these like ropes.
We won't try
Dr.
Janze.
Ropes.
We won't try.
And you just go.
I'm excited. Let's do it.
Okay. All right.
I just want to see.
That'll be a whole reel in itself. Be like, I can't do this.
Yes, you can, girl. You can do this. You can do this. I'll do it with you.
Because I was thinking, I was about to say something before we get canceled. Let me.
I know. We pull it. We holding it.
Because somebody go. Didn't you say like
making Jesus like 4 syllables? Jesus, help me, because it's coming right there.
We have fuck up nights tomorrow. If you are in the area, please join us. We have 4 new stories, 4 new fuck ups, and it is a really, really good time. We're going to be at Frontier RTP. As you know, Auntie V is one of our fuck up nights alum. So we are just going to keep it going. It's a really good time. It just lets you know that failure is familiar and it's going to happen in your journey to success. So amazing night. Like I said, tomorrow, Frontier RTP. Really easy. Just put it in your phone. You can get there. And we start promptly at 7 p.m. Boom.
Word. And that's it.
Yes.
I don't know where. There it is.
Make sure you follow Dr.
Please
Janze
follow. Yes.
And Miss V.
Yes.
Give y'all websites.
So I am at www.embodihydration.com. That is EMBODI hydration.
Boom.
Oh, look at she about to do the dance. Eminem dance. Yes. Thehealingconsultant.com. Y'all please like and follow on The Healing CBD. And honey, that's where our testimonials will be.
Boom.
All right. And everybody have a safe night.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.